How long have you been getting into drinking craft beer? But when did you start drinking stuff other than mainstream blue and Bud Light?
May 2007, to be exact.
It's the passion of the people who make it. It's what makes craft beer so much better than the InBev garbage that...
There's craft beer and there's craft beer.
Yeah, pretty much.
The way I am is I figure, if I can do it myself, I will. So I ended up getting myself a beer kit. This was after I would get myself some cider from a local cider mill that was unpasteurized and let it ferment in the dorm closet and make myself some hard cider. Things like that.
My family really into it, my uncles especially. So family parties, they would all be a beer exchange. We'd all bring another 6-pack or a variety pack and try something new. So growing up, I'd always get like a little taste, and they'd explain to me, this is a porter, this is a stout, tell me the differences between them, and that's kind of how I got into craft beers.
What does craft beer mean to you?
Handcrafted. To be a true craftsman of anything, like a woodworker, it takes years and years of practice, and our brewer is 20 years deep, and it's what he does, it's what he's been doing, and learning from him is also part of that craft.
I often equate beer or handcrafted beers with music, where you can make the same recipe, two different people can make the same recipe with the same ingredients, and it comes out differently. In general, the brewing process is you mix malted barley with hot water, let that steep and extract the sugars out of it. You rinse that, and that rinsed water, which is sugar water at that point, you boil and you add your hops and any flavorings. Then you cool it, add yeast, and let that ferment, and you have beer.
Alright, so what you guys just saw, we just did what's called mashing in. And what we did is we took our cracked grains and we added them to hot water. And what they're doing right now is they're in an insulated mash tun, is what we call a mash tun. It's got a screen at the bottom of it, and the grain is in there, and the natural enzymes that are within it are breaking down the complex carbohydrates into simple sugars that can be digested by yeast. So that's what we're doing. In about an hour and a half or so, we're going to be rinsing that out, called a sparge, into the boil kettle, and that's where we add our hops and all that stuff to make beer.
Today is our friend Frank's birthday, and it was a 90s theme, so we went with the ultimate 90s get-up for the day.
Okay. Are you a big craft beer drinker?
I am now, wasn't always, really getting into it. I would definitely recommend this place to someone who wanted to try craft beer. They have quite a good selection at reasonable prices, which is important.
How long have you been getting into the craft brew spot?
Probably about 10 years now,
Oh, yeah?
give or take. Yep.
What do you think of the culture that craft brewery creates instead of just drinking Bud Light or something to get drunk?
It's definitely drinking for quality as opposed to drinking for quantity. With the craft beer scene, it seems people really enjoy the taste of the beers, what they're made of. It's an opportunity to taste different kinds of beers, what different brewers brew. Every beer is different.
Okay. Oh yeah. Do you think beer is proof that God loves us and wants us to be happy?
That's a very loaded question. question. Well, he did give us grain, and we're making good use of the grain. So I would have to agree with that statement. Yes, I think so.
We'll establish a culture, and that culture will eventually evolve into something bigger, and it'll manifest into its own little unique little niche and carry a mind of its own. We certainly know how to party. We certainly know how to throw a good party, and that's something that I take pride in. And it'll be a part of what we do here, and it'll be a nice little fun, unique aspect to what we offer to the craft scene. You get a chance to drink locally made craft beer that is the freshest beer you're going to try anywhere around. And as a result of that, being fresh, with fresh ingredients, local ingredients, you're going to get the best tasting beer that you could possibly have. So that might be the most unique aspect of the craft scene in Western New York.
Craft beer means to me, it does mean handcraft, or I don't actually brew to any particular style. In fact, I think styles are really prohibitive. What we like to do is we like to rotate through a lot of different kinds of beers all the time. And we want to be one of those places where, hey, did you try such and such that was on tap last week? Oh, it's all gone, but they got this on now. Maybe that'll come back in a few more weeks. So we've heard from other brewers who are working for bigger breweries, where they have to brew 3 beers the same all the time. It would be incredibly stifling, and at that point you're a factory and you're a factory worker. So they're actually, the big brewers, they're actually jealous of the small guys like us who can brew whatever we want, whenever we want. Yeah, if the creativity got stifled, we just probably wouldn't do it. And that is first and foremost in the way you want to do things.
What defines a craft beer?
I think something that's personal, something that you get to know the people who make it, and you know the ingredients, and you just see the passion and the love that they have for it.
I think being able to taste the different ingredients in it, for me, like if it's got different kind of hop in it, or it's got orange, or it's got chocolate, or a different kind of malt in it, just to sort of identify it is kind of cool to me than just drinking a Miller Lite I'm drinking to get drunk. I still like getting drunk though, but
it tastes like breakfast. You want it every day.
Buffalo breakfast champions.
That's so funny. I smell it every morning.
You can pick it up, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I know.
It's only gonna get better.
Probably the most interesting thing about the entire business for me. You're actually creating something, but it's something that people consume and enjoy, on any given day. Getting people to smile and have a good time and enjoy themselves with their friends and their family, I absolutely love it.